We're good.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Can we have the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Oops, hang on. Wrong button. There we go.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Sean Douglas,
Here.
Michael Howry,
Here.
Michelle Hayes,
Here.
Brian Horvath,
Here.
Dean Sensi.
Here.
Give me 1 second. Okay.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Sean Douglas,
Yes.
Michael Howry,
Yes.
Michelle Hayes,
Yes.
Brian Horvath,
Yes.
Dean Sensi.
Yes.
Vote is
All right.
5-0.
Okay, we've moved on to election of the president for the 2021 calendar year. Nominations need not be seconded. So we'll accept any nominations for the election of president of the board.
I nominate Sean.
All right, any other nominations? All right, I'll go a second time in case anyone else would like to nominate
Nice
for
try.
president. I'm happy to do it. I'm just open, I'm making sure that anyone else who would like to be nominated has the opportunity. We'll go a third time. No, I'm just joking. All right. We will declare the nominations closed. I guess we'll have a roll call vote.
Yep, and this is you state the name of the person who you would like to have as president.
Okay.
Sean Douglas,
Can I abstain?
you can if you want to.
Okay, well, I'm going to do that then for that.
Okay. Michael Howry,
Sean Douglas.
Michelle Hayes,
Sean Douglas.
Brian Horvath,
Sean Douglas.
Dean Sensi.
Sean Douglas.
Congratulations, Sean.
Thank you.
We should have like
All right.
confetti.
So we'll now move to election of vice president. Anyone would like to make a nomination can do so now.
I nominate Michelle Hayes.
All right, Michelle Hayes has been nominated. Are there any other nominations for vice president?
She's still smiling.
Well, only because Sean Douglas is president. He's such a fabulous president that really I'm capable of doing it if necessary, but really I probably won't have to do anything because Sean Douglas will always be there.
Seeing none. All right, so we'll do a roll call. I guess we need to state the name of the person. Is that correct?
That is correct. Michael Howry,
Michelle Hayes.
Michelle Hayes,
Yes, Michelle Hayes.
Brian Horvath,
Michelle Hayes.
Dean Sensi,
Michelle Hayes.
Sean Douglas.
Michelle Hayes.
Thank you for serving.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll now open board member reports. No one tonight? All right, time, date, and location of regular meetings. So it looks like we've got a number of meetings listed here, starting with January 12th through December 14th. Normally, during non-COVID times, the regular meetings are held at the conference room at the board office of 1956 Red Bird Road, Madison, with special meetings normally being held in the board office. We'll see how things go as far as moving forward with locations, as far as whether we're doing Zoom or whether we're doing in-person meetings. But at this point, we're scheduling them for in-person meetings according to our agenda. Is there a motion to approve the time, date, and location of regular meetings?
I'll move.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Michael Howery,
Yes.
Michelle Hayes,
Yes.
Brian Horvath,
Yes.
Dean Sensi,
Yes.
John Douglas.
Yes.
Vote is 5-0.
So we now need to appoint a representative to the Tax Incentive Review Council for 2021 calendar year. Was this me this year, Mike?
It was me. It was me for last year and we did not meet. We do have a meeting scheduled for Friday.
Okay.
So if you would like to change the person, know that at 2:00 on Friday, there's a meeting.
So
I have no
knowing,
desire to change the person.
I don't either.
And I'm
I
happy.
think that
sure.
Michael Vaccarelli is really truly, you're the numbers guy. You're the person to be there.
I agree.
is there a motion and a second for Mike Vaccarello to be the appointee for the Tax Incentive Review Council?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Michelle Hayes,
Yes.
Brian Horvath,
Yes.
Dean Sensi,
Yes.
John Douglas,
Yes.
Michael Howery.
Yes.
Vote is 5-0.
So now the next agenda item is to appoint a OSBA, what's the Ohio School Board Association Legislative Liaison. If I'm not mistaken, this was Larry Armstrong in the past.
That is correct.
And
Right. So I wonder if Brian shouldn't pick that up.
I agree.
What is that?
don't
He
worry
will
about
explain.
it. The legislative liaison, typically when there is an Ohio School Board Association conference, which of course there wasn't this year, and who knows about next year, those are normally in November, right?
Yes.
So this is possible we will actually have a conference in November, given the vaccine and all of that. It's possible we won't, but that we usually have a legislative liaison, and it's just our liaison to the Ohio School Board Association for their general business. We're members of the Ohio School Board Association as a district. So it's someone to attend those meetings. They're usually once a year at the conference that we usually attend as a group. Michelle's been on the board much longer than I have, but I've been on since January of 16. So in 4 or 5 years, this was the first year we didn't attend because they simply didn't offer it in person because of the virus. So.
Yeah, I had to attend that meeting one year. It's a very early morning meeting, which is why none of us like to do it. But typically they go over what the different things are that is coming down the pike, and what the OSBA stance on it is. And they try to get us to also get on board with what, direction they're hoping that it goes for. You bring back to the board basically at lunch that day. You come back to the board and tell us a little bit about what's going on and what we can expect and what they're hoping to gain from, whatever way they're looking at going.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you, Brian.
Is anyone interested in that other than Brian? Doesn't sound interested, but arm wrestled. Steelers
no.
fan, what are you going to do? All right, is there a motion to appoint Brian to that position?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Michelle Hayes,
Yes.
Brian Horvath,
Yes.
Gene Sensi,
Yes.
John Douglas,
Yes.
Michael Howery.
Yes.
Vote is 5-0.
I wasn't sure if I was supposed to vote, so
You can always vote for yourself. Sean,
Yes.
I need to correct something. In the organizational meeting last year, you were the board's representative, but then later in the year when the committee was actually formed, the board appointed me. So
Okay.
technically you were appointed at the organizational meeting, different than this year. I think the result's the same.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm happy with you to do it.
Okay.
So now we have the OSBA, again, Ohio School Board Association Student Achievement Liaison. Was this you, Michelle?
Yeah, it's
Last
been me for a couple of years. It used to
Thought
be
so.
Jacqueline. She always did it in the beginning of when I was on the board, and then when she left, I took it over. In all honesty, I would be happy to do it again. But if somebody else wants it, they're welcome to get an opportunity. Really, all you do is, again, it's at the conference. Any of us can walk through the student achievement section at the conference. So you don't have to be a liaison to do it. Really, you just walk through the student achievement area. You pick up some things that you see that maybe somebody else is doing that you might want to bring back to our school. You bring it back and let us know about it, or let Angela know about it, and she'll research it a little bit, see if it's something that we can do. The reason I really enjoy it is because the past 2 years, I was able to give out awards to some of the local schools, both Painesville City and Riverside. So that was nice and that was fun. So if somebody else wants to do it, they're more than welcome to. I'll still continue to go, and someone else can just be named the liaison.
I'd like to nominate Michelle Hayes.
Huh?
I nominate Michelle Hayes.
Okay.
We have a nomination and a second. Is there any discussion? Roll call?
Brian Horvath,
Michelle Hayes.
Gene Sensi. This is a yes or no vote.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. Gene Sensi,
Yes.
John Douglas,
Yes.
Michael Howery,
Yes.
Michelle Hayes.
Yes.
Vote is 5-0.
All right, so we move on to the consent calendar. Are you handling this, Angela?
I typically do. Do I, just for clarification, do you want me to read everything or just go through the letter highlights? And then if you've got questions on any item, then I can go back in the discussion and discuss them.
The highlights sound great.
Okay. So on the consent calendar tonight, it is to give the board their operating procedures for the year. We're asking you to approve the use of continued use of Robert's Rules of Order, to reaffirm board policies, to authorize the treasurer, Michael Vaccarello, to request the Lake County Auditor to advance taxes from the proceeds of tax levies to meet current expenses, beginning January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021. Give us authority to permit payment of purchases, permit necessary borrowing, investment of funds, substitute securities, to authorize the continuation of the Business Advisory Council and the District's Records Commission during 2021 as necessary, and to authorize the board president or designee to make such adjustments to their membership as may be required to fill vacancies, to authorize the superintendent to utilize the services of the Lake County prosecutor as legal counsel for the board, and to designate the law firms listed within this motion to conduct legal fees for our legal services for our board, and as well as enter into an agreement with the Ohio School Boards Association for the Legal Assistance Fund from January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021. authorize compensation of board members at the rates and for the purposes authorized by ORC. To join OSBA, Ohio School Boards Association, at a cost of $6,400 in dues, and to renew the electronic subscriptions of the briefcase and school management news, to waive the reading of board minutes as authorized and governed by ORC, to grant the superintendent or designee authority to file applications for all projects considered desirable for our school district. Item N is hiring authority, and this gives me the authority during periods when the board is not in session to make offers of employment directly to candidates for either teaching or non-teaching positions on behalf of the board, and to acknowledge that these offers on behalf of the board are subject to a subsequent vote of ratification. The next one is the resignation acceptance authority, so that I can accept on behalf of the board a resignation and then have you come back and vote on it on a later agenda. To prevent the board members, next one's professional meetings, to permit the board members, superintendent, and treasurer to attend necessary local, state, and national meetings within available appropriations. Transfers and advances, to authorize the treasurer to make adjustments, transfers, and additional modifications to the budget. And records officer, to appoint Michael Vaccarello in his capacity as treasurer to serve as the records officer of the Madison Local School District. And that is the highlights of the consent calendar.
I just want to make it, do I have to wait for
Yeah,
A
you need a
motion.
motion and a second.
okay,
You'll
I'll
do it
move.
and discuss.
Second.
Any discussion?
I'm just so that anybody who may watch this, which I realize not a tremendous amount of people do, but this is something that we do in January every single year. And it's basically how we're going to rule the meetings and how we're going to run the day-to-day business operations, throughout the year. The only thing that changes from year to year is the dates. So everything that we're approving right now is the same thing that we've approved every year since I've been on the board, which has been, I don't know, 10 or 12 years now. I did have one question. The OSBA, do you have to be a member of OSBA in order to attend the conference?
I believe you do.
Okay. Because I just wondered if any of us are actually using their services outside of the conference.
I would say we do.
Yeah, I do
Although
too.
both Angela and I belong to the other statewide professional organizations, OSBA does advocate on behalf of its member school districts
Right.
for positive legislation.
Sure.
And there
Now,
are other
and
things-
actually, because I used it quite a bit the first couple of years that I was on the board, and I don't know if we've even ever explained to Jean and Brian and Pastor Mike about the accessibility of them. But if you have questions,
Michelle, I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button on you. I muted you.
did you not want me to tell them what was
No,
available?
I
for questions?
hitting another button. I apologize.
Freudian slip there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you have questions, you can contact them. And I used them quite a bit, probably the first 2 years, definitely the first year that I was on the board, but probably the first 2 years, I used them quite a bit, actually. So if you have questions and you don't feel comfortable asking another board member, or you don't feel comfortable asking Mike or Angela, absolutely call the OSBA and they have somebody that'll help you.
Good point. Any other discussion? Roll call?
Dean Sensi,
Yes.
Don Douglas,
Yes.
Michael Howry,
Yes.
Michelle Hayes,
Yes.
Brian Horvath.
Yes.
Vote is 5-0. Sorry again, Michelle.
Oh, that's okay.
All right, so the next item on the agenda is the tax budget adoption. This is a motion to approve the 2021, 2022 tax budget as presented, and to authorize and direct the treasurer to deliver a copy of the approved tax budget to the Budget Commission and to sign any and all documents necessary to execute the provisions of this motion. And Brian and I both attended this tax budget right before this at 5:30. Anyone have, we'll have a motion and a second, and then we'll ask any questions if anyone has any questions of Mike.
I'll move.
All right, any discussion? Questions? Anything you want to say, Mike?
I did walk both Sean and Brian through the tax budget and what it means and why we do it and what it really is for. And I say it every year, it can be done away with and the county auditor would still have the same amount of information that they have with it. But it's one of those throwbacks that Lake County has not gotten rid of, other counties have. So as long as it's required, we're going to continue to do it exactly like we did. That's it.
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Sean Douglas,
Yes.
Michael Howry,
Yes.
Michelle Hayes,
Yes.
Brian Horvath,
Yeah,
Gene Sensi,
Yes.
vote is 5-0.
All right, we'll now open the public participation portion. Anyone wishing to address the board would have 5 minutes to do so. If you could state your name and address for the board, please.
So Brian, I've given 2 out of the 3, both Jacqueline and Gabriel, the ability to unmute. A21 must not have a microphone because there's no mute unmute button. So either one of those have the ability, and we have somebody joining us right now. I will, and it's Jeff Thompson. I will unmute him or give him the opportunity to unmute once he connects. And I don't know as if he's got, it doesn't appear he has audio either.
All right, I'll just repeat. Anyone wishing to address the board would have 5 minutes to do so. If you could state your name and address for the board.
Okay, so on those 2, I'm going to see if they want to start their video, and then I don't know what we can do, but we'll give them the opportunity to talk, or at least motion that they want to say something.
Okay.
I really don't have anything at this time, but thanks for the opportunity.
Okay.
Anything else, Mike?
No, I was able to unmute Jeff Thompson, but I don't know if he has anything to say. If not, then it should be good.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm not going to, since we're almost at the end of the meeting, I'm not going to go through the drill of muting everybody and then unmuting them.
All right, we are not permitted to move into executive session following an organizational meeting. So seeing none, we would have a motion for adjournment.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Michael Howry,
Yes.
Michelle Hayes,
Yes.
Brian Horvath,
yes.
Gene Sensi,
Yes.
Sean Douglas,
Yes.
vote is 5-0.
All right, stand in adjournment.
Night,
Night.
everybody.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everyone.
Everybody, see you in a couple weeks.
Happy New Year, too.
Next week, Michelle, next week.